reference point now.
Okay, so we'll keep an eye out on that. But in the meantime, there were a couple of these stocks that got impacted quite a bit in the last week because of the Reserve Bank announcement. The Reserve Bank had said that they would release a discussion paper on the charges in the payment systems. Now, they said that there are some concerns on the reasonableness of various charges. So they're perhaps not comfortable with high charges that these fintech companies offered that are being incurred by customers, and they are looking to make digital transactions more affordable to users. We saw stocks like Paytm come under a lot of pressure. SBI Cards has been down and out since that day. So we've got the management of SBI Cards to join us to, make sense of what the impact of this could be. Ramamohan Rao Amara, the managing director and CEO at SBI Cards, joins us now. Mr. Amara, good morning and thanks for joining us. Ever since the Reserve Bank made that announcement that they would look into digital payment charges, your stock has been under a lot of pressure. But just explain to us, what will the impact be on the P&L if these merchant discount rates get reduced? Is it really a big hit for you? And overall, what could the impact be?
Yeah. Good morning, Sonia. Thank you for inviting me to the show. As you rightly said, this is a proposal by RBI to place a discussion paper in the public domain and then seek consultations and then eventually decide on the rationalization of the charges. But on the whole, it's a positive. As long as it helps in actually pushing the digital adoption, digital payments, it has a positive rub-off on the credit card industry, particularly for SBI Card, where we were always the beneficiaries of the increase in the digital spends and the adoption of digital payments in terms of sourcing of new cards as well as the spends. But having said that, credit card as compared to other payment enablers is unique in the sense, like in case of UPI and other wallets, etc. You use your money, whatever is there in the bank account. Whereas in case of credit card, you are availing credit for 45 days to 50 days, depending on the issuer. And the credit risk is borne by the issuer. So typically, this differentiation has always been factored in the past whenever the subject of MDR revisiting was there. And we are hopeful that actually this time also this will be taken into account.
To understand this, Mr. Amara, you're saying that business will not get impacted. In fact, it will lead to a higher digital adoption. So in a sense, it will perhaps mean more volumes for you. I mean, is that the right way to look at it?
I can only quote from our own experience. Among our portfolio, whenever we see when we acquire a customer from our parent bank's customer base, etc., who are digitally active, the spend rate, the activity 30-day spend active rate kind of thing was much better as compared to customers who are not digitally active. So this stems from that confidence and from our own experience that actually you will have more people adding to the top of the funnel in terms of sourcing of new customers. So it always has a positive impact.
Right. Mr. Amara, good morning. Prashant here. If interchange, which is basically nothing but what merchants pay you, what you collect from merchants, there is a cut to it. Could you quantify, just sensitivity analysis-wise, what could be the impact to your profitability?
We haven't done any sensitivity analysis because the contours of the changes are not yet visible. We don't even know whether it will be credit card will continue to be exempted like in the past, or if it is not exempted, to what extent there will be reduction, etc. These are yet to be known. But having said that, I can assure you that our revenue base is well diversified. We don't have a kind of predominantly one segment accounting for a major share of revenue. So this keeps us in good state. And we are confident, actually, the business model is sustainable.
No, but any change, any cut in interchange will impact all of the business, right? As a card issuer, it will impact the entire, the whole business for a card issuer, not just you, right?
Yeah. But I can only say the kind of features, whatever we are offering in terms of 45 days to 50-day credit period and the kind of risk what we are bearing and the rewards what we offer to the customer and the kind of arrangement what we have with the networks is centered around the current level of MDR. So if at all, if there is any significant change, there is an opportunity for us to, at least as an issuer, to look at this. But I can't comment beyond this because we don't even know the extent of change, whether it will be changed or whether what will be the extent of change, we not yet know.
Don't know the extent of change. That part is correct. But, I'm just reading out of a report that Motilal Oswal put where they said that the spend-based fee constitutes almost over 50% of total fees and corresponds to about 23% of total revenues. So if the MDR on credit cards is reduced by, say, 10 to 20%, there could be almost an 8 to 17% earnings impact. Do you think it could be that bad, the earnings hit?
I think in the spends, we have two categories. One is a corporate kind of spends, which accounts for 20% of the overall spends, which is more like a pass-through. So it is an arrangement with a corporate to share the kind of interchange. So that will not get impacted with change in the MDR. That arrangement will continue. But with regard to the retail, as I said, we will have an opportunity to look at the entire value proposition if it is really warranted, or take a call to absorb. It all depends upon the extent of the change. I can't comment whether it is a 20 basis point reduction or it will be more. I can't comment on that.
Just a word, Mr. Amara, on growth. I mean, the new card issuances. October was strong. What's the situation as far as November goes? Are things likely to be a little more flattish? Could you share any details?
We said in the past, and we have been always striving for a clocking minimum 300,000 new accounts every month. I'm very happy to say that last few months we were able to consistently get that kind of rate. We don't foresee any threat to that, so this momentum will continue. Our strength is we have a diversified channel strategy. Both open market and banca contributes in equal proportion in normal situation. Banca has come back strongly as compared to Q1. In Q2, they contributed around 4 lakh cards out of 9.5 lakh cards we have issued in Q2. And we continue to augment the product bouquet in terms of offering a differentiated value proposition to the customer. We have very good partnerships. And given the kind of low penetration of the card industry, we are and a kind of favorable demographics, we are very confident about the prospects. So we are thinking, and we are actually optimistic that the momentum will continue, barring any third wave or any uncertainty outside.
Okay, just one final number that I want from you, sir. Your spends per card in the quarter gone by was at 14,200 rupees per card in the quarter. Has it gone up in any way? I mean, just trying to understand what the trend could be on spends per card.
I think we crossed the pre-COVID levels way back in August itself. We crossed the pre-COVID levels in spend per card. This was aided by a kind of general phenomena, what we have seen with the economy opening up, with the places opening up. We saw the point of sale coming back very, very strongly. Online spends, which accounted for around 53.7%, they contributed very well. And of course, we have seen these categories like travel, entertainment, and restaurants, which were subdued during the COVID period. They have witnessed a strong growth. Domestic travel, we crossed pre-COVID levels. Of course, international travel is yet to pick up. So we are seeing a positive momentum, and we hope that this will continue, particularly on the backdrop that there is an ongoing holiday season, and typically Q3 happens to be the busy quarter. We are very hopeful that this momentum will continue.
All right.
Let's hope it does. Thank you very much, Mr. Amara, for joining us and running us through business and how things stand right now. Appreciate it. I mean, the market's looking just fine. 17,310 nearly, 60 points lower, off the lows by quite a bit.